Welcome back to a new video. In this video, we are going to create a PDF chat tool using LangChain and Python. Our tool is going to give responses to our prompts based on our PDF file. Let's start coding. So I'm in VS Code screen right now. It's going to be the code editor that I'm going to be using in this video. You can use any code editor that you want. You can use PyCharm, Google Colab, Spider. It doesn't really matter. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a Jupyter notebook. Let's say PDF chat.ipynb, something like this. And I have a PDF file here to test our tools. And let's quickly take a look at it. It's an text about Turkey, and it covers information about some cities of it, like Ankara is the capital city, and I picked Turkey because I'm from Turkey. And there's a 2-page PDF file we have, and we are going to chat with this PDF file when we create our tool. So at the first step, I will say import warnings, and I will say warnings.filter warnings, and I'm going to filter all the warnings. So why I'm doing that, I don't want any kind of depreciation warnings when I'm running LangChain code because it's not important. I'm going to show you my LangChain version so you can install it and run the code smoothly. So for that, I will say import LangChain, and then I will say LangChain.version like this. And my LangChain version is 0 to 12. Why I'm showing this is sometimes with the library updates, the codes working behind the codes, like the structure and the working style can change. So if we have the same library versions, then we are going to be good to go. Also in this tutorial, I'm going to be using a library for reading the PDF files, and it's import pypdf2. And I'm going to show you the version of it too, and it's going to be version like this. And so pypdf2 version is 301. Again, if you want to run the same codes as I run, you can use the same library version for having a smooth experience on the codes. So how you can install this version is you can just do pip install pypdf2 301, and you can do LangChain 0 to 12 like this. And also for the Mac side, you can do this pip3 install pypdf2 this version, LangChain this version, but you need to run this in the terminal. Like you are going to open a terminal, and if you are using Windows, you are going to pass this, or Mac, you are going to pass this, and you are going to be good to go for this tutorial on creating a tool about chatting with PDF files. So we can start now. Now we will load the PDF file and extract its text content using the pypdf2 library. I already imported it in here. So we are going to write a function to open a PDF file, read it page by page. We have 2 pages, and extract the text. The extracted text will be stored in a single string, which we can later use for querying, like taking some characters from it or filtering based on a string. So in here, I'm going to create a cell, and I will say define extract text from PDF, and I'm going to give PDF path in here, and then I'm going to say with open PDF path, and I will say RB in here as file, and then I will say reader is going to be pypdf2.pdf reader, like it's in here, and I will give the file in here since I use file in here. And then I'm going to set text as empty string like this, and I will say for page in reader.page, I will say text, I'm going to edit like this, page extract text, and at the end what I'm going to do is I will say return text. So this is going to be the function that we are going to use. Let's make it more readable like this, and it looks great. So how this works is we pass the PDF file, then we open it, and then we are going to using pypdf2 PDF reader in here. Then we extract the text and add it to our empty string. So at the end, we are going to be returning the text that we are going to be adding the texts in the file. So let's do that. I will say PDF path is going to be turkey.pdf, this file. So I'm going to define that, and then I will say PDF text, and I will say extract text from PDF, and I will give the PDF path like this. So I'm going to make PDF text run like this, and we can see our text is in here. So the last sentence is Turkey offers an unforgettable experience for every traveler. Let's check it. So it says Turkey offers an unforgettable experience for every traveler. Nice. We read our PDF file successfully, but I also want to show you why we are storing it as a string. We can directly print the first 500 characters like PDF text, and then we can use like this. So we are going to have the first 500 characters out of length and the PDF text 5346 characters. Great. As the next step, we are going to initialize the language model. So we are going to use LangChain. We can use the OpenAI model for this example, but LangChain supports other models as well. But I generally prefer the OpenAI models in the videos. So we need to initialize a language model that will be used to answer questions based on the extracted text. We will use OpenAI's GPT-3 model, and you will need an API key to interact with the model, and I'm going to be talking about it when I'm defining the API key. So let's make our imports from LangChain. We will say from LangChain import, let's start with OpenAI, and then we will say from LangChain chains import large language model chain like this. Next we are going to say from LangChain prompts import prompt template like this, and next we are going to set OpenAI API key like this, API key, and it's going to be starting with SK. I'm not going to give you my key in here, but if you create a new account on OpenAI, they gift you $5 and you can generate the API key for free and use this model. This is a free model. That's why I picked for this tutorial. And you can take that API key, you can directly type Google like something like this, OpenAI API Playground, and you are going to get to that website, and then you can create your own API key. If you want to add balance to your profile, this video won't cost too much. I think it's going to be about 20 cents to 30 cents, maybe 40, not more, in my opinion, but I don't know how many examples that we are going to make, but it's going to be cheap in my opinion. So you can both add a new account, and after that you can get your API key or add balance to your current account. It's up to you. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my API key in here, then I'm going to make this cell run, and then I'm going to delete my API key, and I'm going to be starting to recording again. Okay, I entered my API key in here, and now we can continue. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give a prompt template, like template is going to be, let's say, you are an expert AI assistant. Use the information provided for answering the question. And then we are going to give context, and it's going to be context dynamically, and for the question side it's going to be dynamic too. Question, it's going to be like this, and the answer is going to be this. So for sure answer is going to be empty. It's going to be completed by the language model, and then what we are going to do is we will say prompt, and we are going to use the prompt template from LangChain in here. Prompt template input variables are going to be context and question, and the template is going to be template that we just created like this. Okay, now we are going to initialize the LangChain with the large language model and the prompt, and how we are going to do that is, at the first place we are going to initialize the language model, like large language model is going to be OpenAI, and I will give API key like this one. I created this variable already, so OpenAI API key, and I'm going to make it run, and we initialized it. Great. So I was surprised about the warning of depreciation. I made this cell run again, and now we don't have a problem at that side. We don't have any depreciation warning alerts. Now we can create our chain. Question answering chain is going to be large language model chain, and large language model is going to be large language model that we defined, and the prompt is going to be the prompt that we defined. So great. Now that the language model is set up, we can start asking questions based on the extracted PDF content. So we are going to define a function that takes the extracted PDF text and a question as inputs and then returns the model's answer. The function will feed the context and the question into the prompt template we defined earlier and then query the model. So let's do that. So we will say define, and let's give the name like answer question, and we will say PDF text like this, and we are going to say question as two inputs into this function, and then we are going to say answer. We will say create chain, and we are going to run the chain in here. The context is going to be PDF text, which we are going to be passing into the function, and the question is going to be the question that we are going to take from here like this. Also, we are going to remove this, and at the end we are going to be returning the answer. So we are going to be running this chain, and it's going to be working smoothly in my opinion. Let's try it out. Like, let's say question is going to be what is the main topic discussed in the document, and then we can say answer, like answer question. We can say PDF text and question, and let's make it run. And I'm going to say answer, and here is our result. So let's read it. Actually, I will say print answer. It's going to be looking better. The main topic discussed in the document is Turkey as a cultural and geographical crossroads, highlighting its diverse landscape, rich history, and popular tourist destinations. Really good. Let's continue asking some questions into it. I will say question, and it's going to be what are the cities that I can take information about from this document. And let's set our answer like answer question, and we will give PDF text with question in here, actually not a cosine. And now we are going to get that answer, and we can print our answer like this. It says Istanbul, Ankara, Izmir, Antalya, Bodrum, Marmaris, Cappadocia, Ölüdeniz, Ephesus, and Antioch. So it also gets read like Antakya. So let's find them. I'm reading it. We have Istanbul in here, and we have Ankara in here. I'm reading. I'm trying to find the others. Like we have Izmir, Antalya. We have Cappadocia in here, and Ölüdeniz in here, and I'm pretty sure we have the others, so it's working really good. Like, yeah, we can see the Antakya in here. Also, I'm pretty sure we have the others. Okay, great. So let's continue asking some questions. So I will say question, give me a summary of the information about Antalya from this document. And I will say answer is going to be answer question, and I will give the PDF text with question. So let's get our answer. Print answer. Antalya is Turkey's largest international sea resort, known as the Turkish Riviera. It offers stunning beaches, luxurious resorts, and a well-preserved old town Kaleiçi. Nearby nature attractions and ancient ruins like Dudun waterfalls, Aspendos, and purge further enhance its appeal. Turkey is a popular tourist destination, offering a wide range of experiences such as historical sites, beaches, outdoor activities, thermal springs and spas, and religious sites. Antalya is a must-visit destination for its unique blend of Eastern and Western influences, rich history, and warm hospitality. It seems pretty good. Okay, so our PDF chat application is working really good right now. But what if we have like really large PDF files? Every input and output to this model is, we can think it like money. Like we are wasting tokens in here and we are passing the entire PDF text every time. So what we can do is we make this process a little bit more efficient. We can improve this by splitting the text into chunks and only using the most relevant chunk as the context for answering a question. So we are going to use a simple method to split the text into chunks. Then we will find the chunk that is most relevant to the question before querying the language model. So for that we are going to use character text splitter, and I'm going to call it from the LangChain.textSplitter. LangChain.textSplitter import character text splitter, and then we are going to define a function like define split text into chunks, and we will give text with chunk size of 1000 and overlap of 200. And then we are going to say splitter is going to be character text splitter separator. Yes, it's the true way of writing it. Separator is going to be this, and chunk size is going to be the chunk size we defined, and also overlap is going to be the overlap we give at the starting point of our function. Actually, we are going to give it like chunk overlap, like this, and we are using both of them right now. And now it's time to use the text. So we are going to be using the character text splitter in here, and we are going to be returning splitter.split text, and we are going to give the text like this. So this is going to be our function, and I made a typo in here, so it's going to raise an error if I make it run, and now it seems pretty good. So I'm using the split text method from the character text splitter. I'm going to show you that method. Like we can see, split text appears in this method list, like as you can see. Great. The next step after making this run is going to be split the PDF text into chunks. So we will say chunks, and I'm going to say split text into chunks, and I will pass the PDF text I have. So I'm going to call the chunks, and we are going to see that we are going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 chunks in our text. Like we can see, we have, I'm going to take the length of it for being sure, because there's some special characters in here. Yeah, it's 7. Okay, we have the chunks right now. And now what we are going to do is, and now instead of giving the full PDF file, what we can do is we can create something like relevant chunk, and we can give one of these chunks. So let's say we are going to give the first one, and then we can ask our question based on it. Like actually it's chunks, and I'm going to call the relevant chunk in here, and it's the first one. So there are methods for finding the most relevant chunk, such as semantic search, and I have a tutorial about it. You can find that from the cards of this video, that's from the playlist of LangChain and AI, and we can add a metric like this for finding the most relevant chunk, and it's going to be the efficient one. Since I'm just showing you, I'm not going to include that in this video, but semantic search is a great way for finding the relevant chunk. So with this chunk added, we can directly set something like question is going to be summarize me the information about Turkey on this document. And after that, when we are calling answer, I'm going to say answer question function again, and we are going to give relevant chunk instead of PDF file right now with question. So I'm going to print the answer, and we are going to get our answer from the first chunk. We passed like indexes start from 0 in Python, so we are passing the first chunk. Great. Let's summarize the video and then we can end our video since we created a successful PDF chat tool. You can build user interfaces for it, and then it's going to be a really good portfolio project, or it can be so beneficial for the departments in your work. So let's summarize. We ignored the warnings, then I imported LangChain for showing you the library version, and also same applies for the PyPDF too. Then I showed you how you can install these versions. Then we create a function for extracting text from the PDF file. We give the PDF path like this PDF file, then we open it, we read it with the PyPDF2, then we set it to page extract text with it, and we save it to the text for every page. Then we return the text, and we use this function on this PDF file that I created, and then I showed you why we use strings for storing this information, and then we make our imports from the LangChain. We imported OpenAI large language model chain from LangChain chains, and from LangChain prompts we imported prompt template, and we entered our API key. Then we created a template like you're an expert AI assistant. Use the information provided for answering the question, and it's in the dynamic structure that we are giving the context and question from outside, and then we get an answer from our model. And at the next step, we define prompt template with the prompt we created and with the inputs, and then we initialize our language model in here with giving our API key for it to work, otherwise it's not going to work. Then we create our chain with large language model chain from OpenAI with giving both the prompt and large language model. Then we define our function for answering the question from the PDF file, and we give PDF text with question in here, and we run the chain with the context and the question, and we return the answer, the round version of the chain. Then we made some examples, and at the end I showed you how you can split your long text into chunks, and here we have our chunks. With our function in here, we used LangChain.textSplitter, character text splitter, and I talked about how we can find the relevant chunk using semantic search, but it's not the topic of this video. You can just check that playlist about this LangChain and AI for getting to that tutorial. And I think that was all for the video. Thanks for watching. I'm creating data science and AI content on my channel, and I have a playlist named LangChain and AI. You can check it for more tutorials like this, or even for the semantic search that I talked about for finding the most relevant chain. Let's get to the outro. Thanks for watching this video on LangChain PDF chat creation. I'm sharing new data science videos every week. You can subscribe for more videos like this. I have a playlist about AI and LangChain tutorials. You can reach to that playlist from the cards of this video. Thanks for watching again. Have a great day.